So take us through what an actual training for a special forces officer or soldier looks like. One, that. And second, what is the purpose and aim of it? Is it just to build brawn? Is it just to build mental strength? And what are the elements of skills that they're taught and given that that are not being taught during a regular military training program?
So the training is what is called probation in the special forces. So even when you're selected into the special forces, you still haven't made it until you complete an absolutely terrifying 90-day period called probation. And I'll tell you why. Even after that 90 days, even if you successfully complete that, even then there's still a stretch to go before you can wear the Balidaan badge and wear the maroon beret. Those 90 days are any human being's concept of hell would be that. Now, I've spoken to many friends, many people I've spoken to during the course of the writing of my books about Para SF, and you're right. The probation aspect is perhaps the most tantalizing, because it is here that inhuman abilities are squeezed out of mere mortals, right? Over 90 days, and it's a 3-phased program. Probationers, or probies as they're apparently called sometimes, are subjected to truly cruel torture testing, levels of exercise, endurance, deprivation, torture, having to live off the land. Survival training is a very important aspect of it. First, let me list some of the things. For the purposes of today's episode, Dev, in the morning I actually sent out a message to about 5-6 of my Para SF serving Para SF soldier friends, and most of them, my message didn't even reach them, which means they're well and truly off the grid and doing what they're supposed to do. But one of them, who happens to be on leave right now, replied. And what I love about Para Special Forces guys is they will always answer you in generalities. Okay, they will never say anything specific to you. They'll be like yes, no answer. So I said, just give me a list of some of the pointers that you would like to see highlighted on a podcast about the special forces, because Dev and I can talk about it, but coming from a guy who's actually been in operation, and this guy's a decorated Para SF guy. Obviously, I can't take his name. He says, I just said, qualities required for Para SF personnel, and can you list some of them for me? So he said, and I'll read them out, and then I will tell you. We'll go deeper into them. He says, mental stamina, patience is key. Okay, I cannot tell you how important the word patience is in special forces, because these guys frequently have to spend days or weeks in the wilderness, literally doing nothing. Like I said at the beginning of the show, their task is literally just to find out everything you can about this 2 square kilometer area of land, where there's damn nothing. There's one house, one tree. What will you learn about it? Just learn everything about it, okay? Physical stamina. Don't need to be Rambo, but able to carry a heavy load, okay? In phase 1 of probation, these guys go on phased, exercise marches and runs of 7 kilometers, 10 kilometers. This is without a break. 20 kilometers, 30 kilometers, 40 kilometers with 10 kg loads, 20 kg loads, sometimes carrying someone with them, that kind of thing. So he talks about physical stamina. That's point 2. Point 3, foresightedness. Able to anticipate how future will unfold, which will help in planning.
Wow.
Hugely important. Because these guys, when they are finally deployed, the entire system is depending on them to achieve what all the guys before them could not achieve. Which means that they have had the luxury of seeing these guys fail and now being deployed to get the job done. So failure is not an option for them. So therefore, foresight, being able to war game a situation is absolutely key. And this is something they are taught in a really, really torturous way. Number 4, teamwork. Team before self, always. And this cannot be overstated from a special forces perspective. Teamwork is one would think, obviously teamwork. Yeah, har fauj mein to teamwork hi banta hai. But in a special forces unit, especially when you have just 6 guys, 2 scouts, 2 guys in the rear, 2 guys in the middle, operating together in a very small space. Teamwork is split second life and death. So this kind of thing is ingrained very, very, very closely through like weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks of training, where they are put into real life near death scenarios to show them what the value of teamwork is. Number 5, commitment to the cause and mission, obviously. Communication, able to translate the cause to subordinates and senior hierarchy, very important reason. Very, very small periods of time before which you have to explain plans and how to execute them. Solution-oriented mindset. I love how they speak in this managerial kind of language when it's all about getting out there and killing terrorists, right? Eager learner on skills that are not only military-related. Example, language, technology, drones, cyber is what he talks about.